Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So for today's college advice video, oh, I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Brelynn. Again, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I currently attend Spelman College. I am a rising senior and I am a biology major. I originally hail from Largo, Maryland. And yeah, that's a little bit about me, in case you were wondering. And if you're new here, you don't know that I do college vlogs. So a lot of times that people see my everyday life, and for some reason, my biggest requested video is how to manage or how to balance college, a social life, and hobbies. A lot of times people ask, you know, extracurricular activities, or they specifically ask YouTube, or just whatever you're into. First off, I'm flattered. Thank you so much. No, but I really am flattered that people would even consider asking me advice on this topic, because I feel like I'm a hot mess. But I appreciate that. I accept the challenge. So this is going to be a video of me giving as many tips as I could possibly think of. It's not going to be like a long list like usual. I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I try to balance the three, even though I feel like it's impossible. Yeah, if you guys are new here, go ahead and subscribe. That way you can become a double major. That's when you major in beauty and brains here on my channel. And yeah, if you like these kind of videos, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's start with the basics. First rule is to set up a schedule that works for you. When you get to college, you can make your own schedule, so it needs to benefit you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, sometimes you get stuck with classes that you don't want. Like, as a freshman, you're probably gonna have to take 8 AM classes, but try and make it work for you. I know for me, I'm a morning person. I can wake up early in the morning and not really be fazed by it. So I like to get all my classes done in the morning time. That way in the afternoon time, I can, well, really in the evening time, I can focus on other things that I want to do. I've seen people switch it. Like my old roommate Imani, like she used to never go to class at least until like 1 PM was like her earliest class, but she would be up in the morning doing things, working, and that is what I suggest you do. Oh wow, it just started pouring down raining. Wow. You have a lot of free time in college, but it's all about using the time that you do have wisely. I'm sorry, I should have prefaced this all by saying that school should be your #1 priority. Like, yes, social life is fun, it's, you know, it's great, we all want a great social life, but that should not be the most important thing, as well as your extracurricular activities. Like, y'all, when you get to college, if you are a leader of an organization, it feels like you are the president of the United States. It's like a million different things to do, and sometimes it's really hard to remember that that's not your priority. Like, if you don't do something, it's really not that big. I mean, it is important, it is that big of a deal, but like, school comes first. Because if you don't do an assignment, but you, I don't know, go to an organization meeting, you could fail that class, or you could get a bad grade on an assignment or an exam. But like, usually there are no well, I won't say there are no consequences, but you get what I'm saying. School should always be a higher priority, and my suggestion is to always make your schedule benefit school and everything else later on. If you know that you will not get your work done in the morning time and you're not productive into the afternoon, only schedule afternoon classes and leave the morning times for like planning and execution of extracurricular activities, like replying to emails or visiting different professors, running errands, stuff like that. School comes first. You have to make sure that you are being honest with yourself and making sure that school comes first. It's really easy to think that you're doing well because you're running around with a million different tasks to do, but if 90% of them are not going to better your GPA, like, you can't do anything without a good GPA. So there's no point, there really is no point in doing all this other stuff. The key is to try not be lazy, to take opportunities when they come, to do other things, and to find enough sleep to do it, honestly. So I found myself after like my sophomore year at college, like if the stuff did not better my education or my end goal, I dropped it. As a freshman, or maybe even like your first 2 years, I definitely think that it's fun to join different organizations that you normally wouldn't join in order to meet new people, learn new things, try new things, get back to the community. That is great, and I do recommend it. However, don't overdo it to where it's taking up the time that you should be spending on your education, because then you're not going to be happy with your final grades at the end of the semester, and the worst feeling is to be like, oh my god, I partied too much, or like, I was worried about this stupid organization, and what has this organization done for me? Like, no matter what you it ain't worth it. Trust me, it's not worth it. Oh, this is another really good tip that I have, and I don't remember where I got this from, but it's been like law for me. And that is that I like to treat school like my job, right? Because school is your job, and I work a 9 to 5. That is what I tell myself. Usually my schedule is going to be from like 9 to 5. So I'm going to have my first class 9 a.m. I'm not gonna make a class at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. if I have a choice to make it at 9, because that's just time that I'm wasting. Like, you know, you only have 24 hours in a day. This is I'm telling y'all what I do. You don't have to do this, but I'm telling y'all what I do. I'm a morning person. I know that I can handle it. I've got 24 hours in the day. I know that it takes me 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours in the morning. Okay, I'll give myself 2 hours. It takes me 2 hours to get cute and ready in the morning time. And once the semester goes, I no longer need that. So then that gives me more time for sleep, because, you know, I just be going to class looking like however. So 9 a.m. I'm doing my work until 5 p.m. That is what I tell myself. From 9 to 5, I will be committed to schoolwork. So I'm not responding back to emails, maybe even not even text messages that have to do with things that may stress me out and get my focus away from schoolwork. Of course, I'll be on my phone texting and stuff like in between classes, but that's, did you do the assignment? Do you want to meet up later to study? Do you understand what this professor is talking about? No, neither do I. Like, you know what I'm saying? Things that have to do with school. Even like, for example, I believe it was my sophomore year. I remember I had like a 9 a.m. then a break, then like an 11 a.m. then a break, then a 1 p.m. then a break, then like that's how my schedule was. Of course I tried, but sometimes you can't get into it, and that's what happened. It was, and I lived on campus too. It was really easy to go to my room and went to sleep for an hour. No, like 9 a.m. go to a study room. 9 a.m. go to class. 10 a.m. go to a study room. 11 a.m. go to a class. 12 p.m. go to lunch. 1 p.m. go to class. Like, I'm getting so worked up talking about this, and I literally don't even know why. Like, it's not that serious. Like, it is serious, but it's like I'm over here like, you need to go to class, you need to study, you need to focus, you only have 24 hours in a day. Like, it's not that deep, but like I'm just trying to explain to you guys a mind process. Let me know down below if I'm making any sense. But basically, if I'm up before 9 a.m., which happens pretty often for me, except for, like I said, when you get into the semester, things kind of like you get tired, you don't wake up on time as much, you don't have it. But when I do have time, that is when I will edit videos. I'll respond back to emails for companies or organizations. I don't know, I could watch TV if I wanted to. I never did, but I could if I wanted to. 9 a.m. hits, I need to be doing something productive towards my education, because it's my job. Anything in between 9 and 5 has to benefit my schooling education. So I literally really try to work. Now sometimes, you know, you need a break. Sometimes you do need a break. I don't give myself that many breaks. I do a lot of self-reflection, and I notice a lot of times where if I did that 9 to 5 mentality, I got a lot of things done, both with school and outside of school. But if I was like, I have a to-do list and I'm just gonna get it done sometime throughout the week, and it doesn't get done because you find yourself worrying about other things, because obviously you're going to do things that are more enjoyable, like organization stuff, than you will with schoolwork, because that's not as fun. So I just try and force myself to do the things that I need to get done first in that block a period of time, and then I'm like 5 p.m. is quitting time for me. Now as I got older, like last year, my junior year, was a lot more difficult for me to have that quitting time, because it was like I was in labs until 8 p.m. which gonna quit in the middle of a lab? No, you're gonna keep going. Or okay, it's nighttime, it's time for me to do my homework, go to the library, study, I gotta go. So as I got older, as my courses got more tough, it's a little bit harder to stick to. However, I give myself more breaks from 6 to midnight. But 9 to 5 is like, you need to focus. Which brings me into my next point, which is kind of like the best way to, what's the title of this video, y'all? The best way to balance all of these different things is to combine as many as you can when you can, right? So again, like I said, 12 p.m. is my lunchtime. But if I'm doing a study date lunch, oh girl, that's social life. You got dating up in there, you got studying up in there if you really studying, you know what I'm saying? Little things like that. Or even beyond that, I am notorious. I at least have 3 friends in every single class that I'm in, and I try not to make them the same 3 friends, you know, because there are so many times, you guys, especially as bio majors, like we are a cult. Like I basically know all the bio majors in my department because I've had classes with basically all of them at one point in time, and I have reached on them for help, or they've reached on me to me for help. On me? They've reached on me? They reached out to me for help. Let's see, yeah, so I wrote here that my favorite thing to do is combine schoolwork and my social life. A great example is my good friend Jasmine. Y'all know Jasmine, that's my partner in crime. We did everything together, and that's because we're both bio majors and we had the exact same schedule, or basically the same schedule, and we were also good friends. There will be times when we would be studying together, but it didn't feel like studying because we were hanging out as friends, and we both had the same goals. We both had assignments due at the same time, so there wasn't too much time for lollygagging, and if so, at least one of us would bring it back like, hey, okay, we got this assignment due. And at the same time, if we wanted to take a break, you weren't by yourself, blocked off to the world, you know. We would be with each other. So, oh, if I want to tell you about, girl, this happened, such and such, such and such, we're also socializing. And I think that that really grew a great friendship between us because we spent a lot of time together. It also really benefited us, I feel like, as students, because we did well working together than we did by ourselves. Also, I think a lot of people think that when you're studying you have to be by yourself. I'm really big on group studying because I don't always get it. Like, that's just where I just don't always get it, and somebody do, like somebody in that classroom gets it. So I'm not ashamed at all to call somebody up and be like, hey girl, are you studying right now? Where you at? I'll go to your dorm room, I'll go to the study room, I'll meet you at the library, I'll go to your apartment. I promise y'all, I have done all of this. Like, this past year has been like, I'm going past this class, I'm gonna pass it with a good grade. Like, once you have that determination, and then you're hanging out with people. Here I am, I go to your apartment. So then it's nothing on a weekend when you actually have free time after the library. You can be like, oh, like, you want to come over and, I don't know, do whatever you want to do social wise, and it's not the big of a deal because you've already been over there studying 3 times this week. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I make it a priority to have friends in every single class, not only to reach out to them for assignment help, studying help. Sometimes you forget things, and I mean, my Spelman sisters are really nice to be like, don't forget we have this assignment due. Or when you have like group projects, I hate group projects, but if you are friends with people in your group projects, you can meet up, hang out, sleep over, wake up, do the project. You never know. Like, just combine all of these things together. Also, when you surround yourself with people who are in the same classes as you, they help you manage your time better. One thing I forgot to mention is that your study friends can be your assignment reminders. They can remind you when different assignments are due, and you will also know when the best time to work on those assignments are because they will be working on them around you. I mentioned it a little bit earlier. This is not the same for like my institution, but if you go to a co-ed institution, then I don't know. If I had a cute boy in my, I mean, I've had guys in my class before, but none that were cute. If a cute boy was in my class and you were my same major, oh, and you were smart, oh, we would be going on study dates all the time. Like, this is college, you know, nobody has money anyway. Let's spend this money on this tuition and study for this exam coming up. Girl, do it. Take my advice. Socialize and study at the same time. And another thing, which this could just be at my institution, but I know that, like, I don't ever study. I usually don't study, like, I never study in my room, actually. I'm never in here studying. This is for sleeping, applying makeup, filming videos, watching TV, whatever. This is not for studying. If I'm in this bed, I'm going to sleep, okay? That's just, I already know myself. And so I like to study in public places. It allows for a lot of people to see me and for me to see other people, but to still be doing my work. So there is a study room on Spelman's campus. There's a study, like, building on Morehouse's campus. And then we have a library that is for the entire AUC center. I go to the library, like, literally, I kid y'all not, y'all saw my vlogs, like, every night. And even if I wasn't socializing with people, just a little bit of like, oh, I always see you in this room. Hey, what you doing? What are you studying for? Okay, yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, my name is Brelynn, da da da. Yeah, whatever. You see him at a party later and you're like, hey, the dude from the library. I kid y'all not, like, this is what I do. I just meet different people always out, but I'm not out being messy. I'm not out at the wrong places at the wrong time. I'm out in public places studying, I promise you. Also, going back to the friends thing, I think it's really important to have good relationships with people that you are in a lot of classes with, because something that I have noticed, okay, I wrote this down so I can say this the right way. It's important to have a closer bond with these people, because sometimes schoolwork, honestly, is just too much, and it is hard to balance it all. And not even just necessarily like balance schoolwork with other things, but sometimes just there's too much work at one time, you know. Y'all won't even, y'all, I'm not saying I'm doing it, I'm just saying it's been done, okay? Swapping work, and I'm not saying don't swap papers, swap stuff like notes, swap stuff like I take notes every time that I read. Sometimes I can't read 6 chapters in a night if I have other assignments to do, but if you read and you've taken your notes, if you don't mind giving them to me, I can help you out on something that I have spent my time on this week. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that, as long as you're all learning the information, you know what I'm saying? And then also, like, you new kids, y'all are smart, okay? Y'all know, or at least y'all come in here and y'all think that going to an HBCU is all about networking. And I mean, it is, but there's a way to network. And if you get close to people in your major, that is networking, because those people are either going to be your coworkers, or they're going to be, you know, your boss or whatever. Like, y'all going into the same field, you're probably going to run into these same people again. So make sure that again, y'all know me, never burn bridges, and get to know as many people as you can working around you. And again, that's networking, that's socializing, that's building relationships with people, and that's studying, that's schoolwork, that's all that stuff in one. I think that overall, you just have to understand, like, I don't want to keep just saying priorities, because like, okay, I get it, prioritize. But like, if you study hard and you do your work and you turn it in on time and you excel in your exams and quizzes, you do well in your class. Like, that's literally like all it takes to do well. It's hard because it's like sometimes some classes take a lot of studying, and sometimes no matter how much you study, it doesn't reflect in your exams and quizzes. Trust me, y'all, I know. However, you still have to do it. Okay, so that's basically all of my advice academically. Socially, all right, socially, this is where we're gonna get into it. Okay, so me myself, I am a homebody. Y'all know I just love to be in my room, in my bed. This is my home. This is what I love to do. And if I do not force myself to leave my room, sometimes I will not leave my room. I was a lot better freshman year because I was excited to meet people. So the first thing that I would say is to get to know as many people as possible, and then all you have to do is just maintain your relationship. So the beginning of the year, that's when new people are there. When you're coming in as a freshman, the best time is new student orientation, because there are a lot of people. Well, basically the entire campus is just your peers. There aren't a lot of upperclassmen there, so it's not a lot of hoopla. And it's the best time to get to know people. It's the best time to really like jump out of your shell, like literally get off that plane. I'm guessing that you're flying to your new school. Get off that plane a new person. Like, I'm going to meet a bunch of people. You can go into your shell after like the first 2 weeks, you know? But get to know as many people as you can those first weeks. Just introduce yourself to people, get to know a little bit about them, exchange your number, and then you will be surprised about how often like you'll see these same people, and then it's not anything awkward like, oh my gosh, I don't know these people, or oh my gosh, I've seen her all around and I wish I knew who she was. No, like, you know who she is because you introduce yourself to her the first week of school. And then once school starts, it gets hard to get to meet people and to go out and to hang out and stuff like that, but it's a lot easier. Did y'all see how that lighting just changed? Okay, but it's a lot easier to get to know people the first weeks when you don't have school, you don't have all that pressure and all that stuff going on, and you can just be yourself, talk to people, and just get to know them. Going back to my 9 to 5 rule, this is where the after 5 comes in. Again, this is up to you. This is your choice. For me, after 5 p.m., as a senior, I'm gonna be in this bed. No, actually, I'm gonna be in the library. After 1 a.m., I'm gonna be in this bed. But for other people, I mean, you be like, don't judge people, okay? There are people where I'd be like, I always see her out, like her GPA must be trash. Baby girl's on a dean list, and that's because she did her 9 to 5. Then once she was done with her work, you can do whatever you want to do. So I mean, be out on campus, be places. You have to put yourself in situations where you can meet people and socialize. So when there are campus events, you have to go. Like, if you want to be socially active, you have to go to these campus events. If you want to have friends that always eat in the caf, eat in the caf and then meet people who are in the cafeteria. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but it's like, that's literally how simple it is. Like, you meet people where you want to meet people, and that's really just it. Also, with balancing social life and academic life and knowing when is when and never to do too much, understand that campus life kind of like it varies. It goes into like the seasons. When you first get to school, there is no schoolwork. People are going hard. They're partying every day. It's not until like the second week of school where it's like, oh, okay, now let's focus on work. I'm not saying you have to go out every day, but just know that there are options to socialize a lot in the beginning of the school year. Then when school gets tough, you're not going to see people. Of course, there's still going to be people who party during midterms and finals week, but when you all of a sudden you're just like, why are there no campus events? Like, where is everybody? That means everybody's doing their work. So you should do your work too. Like, it's literally just that simple. Like, disappear, do your work. Instead of trying to socialize all the time, get in the library, make sure that your grades are straight, make sure you're going to the office hours with your teachers and not out doing all this socializing, because it's not gonna help you at that moment in time. Once again, like, this is your personal opinion, but for me, I don't feel like it is necessary to look for a move every day. What's the move? What's the move? Can we just chill? Like, can we just chill? Like, that's just me. I don't feel the need to go out and like do something formal every day. Like, you're not gonna catch me doing something on a Tuesday unless I put it on my planner in the beginning of the week, because like, oh yeah, I saw that on Instagram and it seems cool. But you're not gonna Tuesday night 9 p.m. what's the move? Can we just chill? Like, you don't always have to go out every night, so don't think that you do in order to be popping. Like, it's really not that deep. Like, but if you find yourself having a lot of opportunities to go places but you don't know a lot of people to go to them with, you just need one person. You don't need a squad, you don't need a group, you just need one person. Find one person who wants to go, or who always wants to go to the same things that you do. Grab them tight and go. And if partying, and I completely understand if like partying is not your thing, different, like I said, there's a lot of different ways to socialize. That's when you get into your hobbies and different organizations and clubs and stuff on campus. Like, I loved being part of SGA because those girls were headstrong type A girls, and that's the kind of girl that I am. I love being part of the dance team because, again, those girls, we talk about dance all the time. We like have our own group chat, and we're always sending in videos from Instagram, so we have a lot of things in common, and again, that's really fun for us to build a friendship on. So yeah, just surround yourself or get to know people that have the same goals as you and also the same hobbies. Okay, lastly, I'm sorry, I feel like this video is all over the place for me. This is what happens when I don't have my different tips. But lastly, if you are a freshman, take advantage of your freshman dorms, because that's like that's the mecca for your friends. Like, y'all know I met my best friends in college at my freshman dorm, and I know all the freshman dorms are different, but for the most part it should be like, I think all college dorms are kind of similar to where they're crazy, they're wild, there's a lot of people there. Not only should you be cool with your roommate, to me I think you should be close as possible with your roommate, because that's just like an automatic friend. At least everybody on your hall, well, depending on how big your hall is, but you know, on your floor, on your hallway, like, you have to know these people, because there are so many fun times that you can have in your room where it's like you're not doing the most going out, like you're literally at home, but like you're having fun and you're socializing. And the best, you want to have I guess the reason why people always want to have fun and socialize and have friends is because that's the best way to make memories, you know what I'm saying? And I can tell you firsthand that I have the best memories my freshman year in my freshman hall. I mean, just doing different things like watching movies, or like pranking people, or dancing to music, or just anything. Like, we did everything in my dorm, and it came to a point where we were like a little family, and I still to the day I'm like, that's my dude's diva, because that's how close we were on that floor, and it was a lot of fun. So I think that you take advantage of that. Like, always have your door open. My door used to be like kind of in the end of the hallway. When I came in from my classes, I would knock on everybody's door. Hey, how was your day? Did you get started yet? Okay, because you know, I'd be done my classes at like noon. Oh, like I'd walk to class with some of my hall mates. What else? I would chill in your room. Like, y'all seen some of my videos, like the first, like one of the first vlogs that I uploaded, like, what was it, a day in the life of a Spelman student. You guys saw the end of the day, we were all sitting in Kristen's room. What was your first day of classes like this semester? Talking to people. Those people became my best friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, so do not shut yourself off in your dorm room. And the thing about it is that people understand, like, this is where you live. I I didn't cut them off, but there's a way where you can turn it on and off. If my door is closed, of course you can always knock, but if I want to just be in my room chilling, watching TV, I don't really feel like socializing, people are not going to bother you. But if you don't put yourself out there, people are also not going to bother you until they know that you're part of that community. And there were so many different things that my dorm room hall did. We would go on excursions and trips together, and if everybody on the hall didn't go, of course some people were busy, but I mean other times people just, you were never out. We didn't know, you didn't know about it, and we didn't know if you would even want to come. Don't be that girl or that person. Always be out, and because those people are going to have your back. The first people that you meet freshman year in your college dorm, I feel like they're always going to have your back. So yeah, I think that you should definitely go out at least a couple of times during your matriculation as a college freshman, but it's not mandatory in order for you to meet people, and it's definitely not a representation of like your social life. So that is college life, social life. As far as YouTube goes, or any type of like organizations, I kind of touched on organizations again, combining different things. So social life and organizations can always go together. To me, whenever I'm at a meeting, I got a big personality, so I'm gonna have fun if I'm at a meeting for an organization. Like, we're gonna be friends afterwards. If you never knew me before, you're gonna know me once I leave this room, because we're gonna have fun. That's me socializing, and that's also how I get to know more people. But as far as like other hobbies that you can do, it's just all about timing and planning. Y'all know that again, school is always my first priority. If I feel like, sorry, is my hair getting flat? Okay, if I feel like I cannot upload a video this week because I need to be studying, focusing, y'all won't see a video that week. But I feel like the time where I find myself being the most consistent on my channel, if you're looking for YouTube advice specifically, was I set myself a schedule and I forced myself to stick to that any means possible. So for me, during this past semester, uploadings on, I believe it was Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays worked the best for me. I can try and get like 3 vlogs done in one day, and then I would pre-upload. So on Sundays, after I would go to church, maybe go to lunch, do a little bit of studying, Sunday afternoons I would edit my videos, because there's usually not anything else going on Sundays to where I'm like missing out or I need to be out somewhere. Like, I'm usually always home on Sunday nights. I would try to do at least 2 to 3 videos, and then I would have them pre-uploaded, and then Sunday night one would go up, and then another one would go up on Tuesday and Thursday, and then by that next Sunday, if I edit again, I will always be on schedule. And that's how I kind of managed it all. Filming is always really easy. It doesn't take that long to film one video. You guys know that back when I lived in my dorm, it was super easy. I would get dressed ready for the day, and if I feel like sitting down and to film a haul or a talk down video, you just press start, and then your makeup and hair is already done. And then, again, on that Sunday, I would record it. I would edit it, and then I would upload it. And then vlogging is super easy. Like, oh, okay, no, it's not super easy, but like, you always have, to me, if you're a real vlogger, you're gonna always have your vlog camera or your phone around wherever you are. So there are plenty of times where I'm like, I'm not even gonna vlog today, then something fun happens, I'm like, hey, and I'm getting it on camera, and then next thing you know, that's a vlog. Like, that's how so many vlogs happen, and those are like some of the best vlogs. And yeah, so that's how I managed that with YouTube, and that's literally it. I'm gonna try and make another video about how I stay organized and work on my time management, because I think that's a whole nother sector. But as far as like balancing your social life and academics and other hobbies such as YouTube or organizations on campus, that's really all the advice that I have. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. I know it was a long one, but I hope it was worth it. If you guys have any tips for like that you found helped you out during your matriculation in college, please comment it down below. I love for this to be a community. And if you're not already a double major, again, please subscribe. That way you can major in beauty and brains, and let's just be a big community where we can help each other out and give advice. And okay, I'm done talking. I've been ranting for a while. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.